Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sports Breakdown once again. So we are back at 6 p.m. just before the Sri Lanka versus Australia 2020 match starts, and plus we have a lot of things to do. We have the quiz as well going on, the Sports Breakdown World Cricket Quiz. So at my spare time, I came to do the India versus South Africa 2020 series preview, which begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Delhi, Arun Jaitley Stadium, Feroz Kotla Stadium. So it's going to be a very interesting series here and some new faces. India will be led by KL Rahul because Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are rested for this series. And maiden call-ups for Umran Malik, Arshdeep Singh, and Deepak Hooda. So as we know today, Umran Malik clocked 163.7 kilometers per hour. Shows that he has the pace. A good product from Jammu and Kashmir impressed me in the Sunrisers Hyderabad squad as well. He had a brilliant IPL for me. I think he's the emerging player of the season as well. Always clocking in those 150s. Just he needs to be a bit consistent in my opinion. But Arshdeep has been the best death bowler for me in the IPL. I think Arshdeep has been way better than Kagiso Rabada when it comes to death bowling, because Arshdeep has been outstanding when it comes to his lengths, his variations. As we spoke even in the IPL about Arshdeep, he has been impressive. He deserves the call up. And Deepak Hooda, yeah, he definitely deserves the call up, and I think he could take that number 3 position perhaps in the future. A bit surprised that Rahul Tripathi didn't get it. I mean, Tripathi deserves to be also in this Indian squad, but I do understand why they went for a Deepak Hooda, because he's had a good domestic record as well. He's been doing well there as well, and he's been doing well in IPL as well. So I kind of understand why they've gone to Hooda, but it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to do in this series. But yeah, anyone wants to join, I've sent in the links. Please do join if you're free. And yeah, please do ask questions. Please do ask questions from me, and it will be very valuable if you can ask questions from me, because I mean, even I will learn, and even I think you guys will learn from the questions that you've been asking. So let's go to this Indian squad. If you can see here, KL Rahul as captain, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Ishan Kishan, Deepak Hooda, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, Dinesh Karthik, Hardik Pandya, Venkatesh Iyer, Yuzvendra Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav, Akshay Patel, Ravi Bishnoi, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Harshal Patel, Avesh Khan, Arshdeep Singh, and Umran Malik. Hmm, very interesting squad. First of all, talking about India, let's go to the Indian squad first of all, and let's just analyze their squad before we come to South Africa. So yeah, I mean, KL Rahul being captain, I understand why the BCCI have gone to KL Rahul, because first of all, I know a lot of people are asking why hasn't Hardik Pandya being given the captaincy. But the issue is that Hardik Pandya is also playing, I think, after 2 years. I know he played for the Sri Lankan series last July, but he hasn't been in that main squad. I mean, the main squad yet, Hardik Pandya, and I know he has a lot of experience. He's won the IPL now with Gujarat Titans. A lot of people are asking Hardik Pandya to be the captain, but he has, as we remember in the BCCI contracts before the IPL, he has been demoted from the A grade contract to the C grade contract. I know. Still Hardik Pandya, he's a definite captaincy material, but when it comes to India, I still think he needs maybe 1 or 2 more years, because first of all, he needs to secure himself in the playing 11. It doesn't matter whether you are playing well in the IPL. I know he's been playing well in the IPL, which is why he's in this squad. But he needs to show the same performance even with Team India before the BCCI can actually rely on Hardik Pandya to captain this Indian Test team. Sorry, Indian 2020 team. First of all, they need to. I mean, he needs to perform well for India as well. It's just not him performing for IPL only. I mean, he needs to perform that consistently as an all rounder. Now, the problem is that he's having some injuries, Hardik Pandya, and as we know, he hasn't been that great when it comes to his bowling. Also, I mean, bowling wise, he's been good, but still, I think he has some areas to improve. And I think he played a different role also when he played for Gujarat Titans. He played a different role, which I don't think which will come into play when he's playing for Team India. They'll expect him to be a finisher. So I feel like Ravioli here says India got this for real, for real. I don't think South Africa, I think, have also a formidable team, but Yeah. Let's see how that goes though. But still talking about KL Rahul. I mean, yeah, I understand he's given a chance to captain because of his consistent performance. I would say for India, I know for the IPL he's been playing some selfish knocks at times for LSG. I mean, Lucknow Super Giants, they couldn't win matches, but KL Rahul's captaincy this year compared to the other seasons hasn't improved drastically, but at least because of his team squad and him, he's improved. I would say he's improved with his captaincy, but not to a great extent that we saw what Hardik Pandya or other players have done. So, um, yeah, kudos to KL Rahul first of all for getting that captaincy. Yeah, and talking about Rishabh Pant, I know again another young person. As you see here, 24 years, 230 days. People forget about the age when you talk about Rishabh Pant. He has a lot of learning to do, but I think people forget about Rishabh Pant's role in that Indian team. Nothing. I mean, they think that he's around 27, 28. He can make mistakes. That's what I said. I mean, as a captain, he didn't make a mistake for Delhi Capitals. I know at times now against Rajasthan Royals, they did some wrong thing and they went against the umpires, and that's why they were last in that fair play award due to that incident. But still, I mean, Punt is learning. So I think Punt in Test cricket he's been doing very well in Test cricket, but when it comes to 2020 cricket, he has, I mean, certain innings he's been performing well, certain innings he hasn't, and I don't think he had a very good IPL as well. Rishabh Pant this season, I think he scored around, I think, 300 plus runs. I think he was getting those 30s, 40s, but he didn't get a 50. So I would say that's a bit of a concern. But I mean, Rishabh Pant did what he can, and I think this is the first full season that is he was captaining Delhi Capitals. So hopefully next season he can lead that team to a playoff. Um, but yeah, talking about openers. First of all, we'll focus on the topic of openers of India because I think that is a very critical thing. Talking about the future of India cricket, especially um, after Rohit Sharma actually leaves after maybe about 3 or 4 years, then we have to see about this opening selection as well. So no Shikhar Dhawan also in this tour. Let's talk about the openers and focus on the openers first. So we have a Ruturaj Gaikwad. I know obviously we know KL Rahul is settled as a captain, but we have two options here: Ruturaj Gaikwad. We have Ishan Kishan. Yeah, we have those two options. I think alongside KL Rahul. So for me, I think a lot of people may say that they may go for a right hand left hand combination. Now, when it comes to even IPL teams, a lot of people try to go for this left hand right hand combination. But for me, I think Ruturaj Gaikwad has performed well even in domestic. We saw how he did with Maharashtra also in the Said Mustaq Ali Trophy. He did well even in the Vijay Hazard Trophy. So, and he had a very impressive IPL last season. I think, yeah, maybe he didn't have a brilliant IPL this season, Ruturaj Gaikwad, but I think he has potential. I mean, the shots that he plays, the classic shots, I mean, he handles himself under pressure, especially the one match, I think CSK scored some 200 plus against RCB, if I'm not mistaken, Gaikwad and Uttapa's partnership, then Gaikwad and Conway, I think they made a good partnership. So, I mean, Ruturaj Gaikwad has been doing a fantastic job. I just think he needs maybe a few years to settle to this Indian team, maybe even a year or two, I would say. But for me, I think we can trust Gaikwad for the future. I mean, he has a lot of promise, a lot of potential. I know he did fail in the first few IPL matches, but that happens. That happens to any player. We've seen Virat Kohli also the best Indian player failing also. So failure is always guaranteed. It's always guaranteed to a batsman. So if you give them more opportunities, then only they try to capitalize on that. And I think for me, I think the best combination for me it's KL Rahul and Ruturaj Gaikwad. Just give me a second. I'm just getting news over here that KL Rahul is actually out of IPL. Just sorry, not type for the India versus South Africa series. Just give me a sec. I'll just check on that whether it's true or not. Yeah. Anyone can update me if you guys are watching right now. You can update. Let's just check whether this is actually true. Oh yes. Oh yes. Rishabh Pant is leading. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, we just got the news right now. Good that I'm doing this preview at this time. Just show this on Twitter right now. And yeah, breaking news. KL Rahul ruled out of the 2020 series against South Africa due to an injury, so PTI. Lucky I did this video on the spot. I mean, I did this video on the spot, so I'm glad that I did this right now, because we've got the more biggest news right now, where other YouTube channels meanwhile haven't got that news, and we're doing the preview at the right time, I would say. So just want to give you the update over here. That's right. I just wanted to check whether it's true, and I am obviously watching John's Cricket. If John's Cricket is watching my channel, hopefully after this video ends, yeah, I think your news is obviously reliable, one of the most reliable. So I trust you because I brought you into my channel also. So yeah, KL Rahul ruled out of the 2020 match series against South Africa due to an injury. So Rishabh Pant will be leading this team. This is good. This is good for Rishabh Pant. Um, I mean, this is a good experience for him. I would say this is a good experience for him. Um, and let's see how Rishabh Pant does. I mean, this is a good learning curve. This is a good learning curve when it comes. I mean, first full season when we were saying, and he came fifth, and now Rishabh Pant actually taking over. Unfortunately, KL Rahul got injured. I don't know who's going to replace KL Rahul meanwhile, but Rishabh Pant to lead this team, I think this is a very, very good chance, especially for IPL 2023. If he can gain that captaincy material from other players like Hardik Pandya, you need to learn from these players. So I think Rishabh Pant, if he can grab this opportunity, get some results in this series, if he can boost his confidence a bit with the bat, with the captaincy, I think he'll do a great job. I think he'll definitely do a great job, in my opinion. Right on time, then XD. I don't know. I don't know right now who's going to replace KL Rahul now, because now I feel it's going to be Gaikwad and Ishan Kishan. I think at the right time I told all this at the moment. Yeah, we've just got the news that Rishabh Pant will lead the Indian team in the 2020 series against South Africa. Just want to check from ESPN as well. Um, I think we can trust this news, but just want to check whether ESPN Cricket Info has updated on this news right now. Yeah, it has updated. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, KL Rahul has been ruled out of the opening 2020 versus South Africa due to injury. Vice captain Rishabh Pant is expected to leave. So ruled out of the opening 2020 opening. So I don't know whether it's 5 match series, but opening 2020 versus South Africa, KL Rahul is out. So that has been the news right now. Um, yeah, right on time. I got this news as well. Before talking about the playing 11 as well, now I'll have to change my playing 11. Perhaps I'll have to have Ishan Kishan now in this team. Maybe even give him the gloves, because I mean, for Pant, I mean, Pant may be the wicket keeper, but yeah, I'll have to change my playing 11 now. Give me a second, because I just got the news now. Yeah, but thank you so much, Ravioli, for commenting on that. Yeah, and we do want people to comment and ask us questions. Yeah. Yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. So I think now the openers, I think, will be most likely Raj Gaikwad, then Ishan Kishan. Not a brilliant IPL, not a brilliant IPL, but still, I think for Team India, okay, they may trust in Ishan Kishan now, since um, I think KL Rahul is in there. Venkatesh Iyer could be a outside of option player, but I don't think Venkatesh Iyer has impressed me this IPL whatsoever with his opening, so I don't think he'll get a chance. Let's talk about middle order because now since we got this news that Rahul is out of the series and sorry, I think out of the first match right now. I'm not sure about. I think whether it's Rahul is out for the entire series. I'm not sure about that. But let's talk about the middle order batters for India. I think that's a very crucial topic that we need to talk about here. Yeah, and we have several contenders for this. We have Rishabh Pant here, we have Deepak Huda, we have Shreyas Iyer. We'll talk about the finishers separately. Maybe a Hardik Pandya. So we have four options. Okay, so for me, the ideal number three, it's a debate between Deepak Huda and Hardik Pandya for me, but I think Hardik Pandya has a better role to do for India, Team India, because I know he's doing a completely different role for Gujarat Titans in the IPL, but I feel that for me, I feel like Deepak Kuda is the ideal choice for number three because we saw how he handled under pressure, especially in the middle overs for Lucknow Super Giants. It really impressed me because even Huda was a finisher, but he transformed very well in that team. When LSD was finding that number three batsman, I think Deepak Huda was the perfect solution. I also told because in the beginning itself, he was in that form. He had that form from the beginning of the IPL, and for him to perform like this continuously is astounding. So ideally for me, number three has to be Deepak Huda because he has impressed me in this tour. For me, number four, it should be Shreyas Iyer. As we know, Shreyas Iyer, I think he had a brilliant IPL. I would say as a captain, I know he's not done a great job for KKR, but as an individual, I mean, talk about his batting. Yes, he's had a good IPL compared to the other seasons. His strike rate is my biggest concern, though. But yeah, because yeah, we go through his strike rate because that is my concern. I know this is 141.43. Don't get me wrong, though, 2020 cricket, his strike rate is 130. I know his strike rate is 140, but at times he can go to 125, 126. These strike rate can go high because he's been playing against nations like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, those kind of teams. But especially with the South African bowling attack, especially of Rabada, Noikia knows him well, Rabada knows him well, the pace attack, then talking Pretorius. That is where I think shares I could struggle, in my opinion. Against the spinners, maybe he may be able to figure that out, but I just feel like Shreyas Iyer does have a kind of a 130, 135 strike rate, in my opinion. So, yeah, so that's what I come with. Um, but yeah, that's for me. I think Shreyas Iyer takes that number four spot. Number five, I definitely is the now. I think the captain right now, Rishabh Pant. I think it has refreshed right now. Yeah, withdrawn player KL Rahul. Yeah, so I think the update has just also changed. Rishabh Pant, I think, is taking captain. Yeah, Rishabh Pant, obviously, I think for me it's a number five, no brainer. Obviously, he's the captain. We have one more comment. Ayan, if you can please join, Ayan. This is India versus South Africa. You can talk about your players. I would like your comments, opinions. So please do come along to the sports breakdown. After a long time, you're also coming. Yeah, Umran Malik will be key for India series. Yes, yes, definitely Umran Malik is very key for India. But Umran Malik, yes, I understand he has the speed. Um, the problem is his economy. I mean, economy is a very, very crucial factor for 2020 cricket. And Umran Malik, we were talking about the IPL also, he was going at around 9, 9.5 in each match. I know he's been getting wickets, but the economy is also important. And he needs to improve on his accuracy, his speed of variations. He doesn't have the slower delivery. He just only has pace, which won't help you always. You need to have a slower delivery, or maybe a 130, 135 kilometers per hour. You need to vary the speed. I don't think Umran Malik has that yet. He needs to work on it. He needs to work on his variations. That's the thing with Umran Malik for me, Ayan, in my opinion. But yeah, good point that you raised up with. But yeah, coming back to Hardik Pandya, after a long time, Hardik Pandya is getting a chance to play in this 2020 squad. He needs to grab this opportunity now. He's led this Gujarat Titans very, very well this time. He's been performing well with the bat, with the bowling. I was very impressed in the final, getting 3 wickets. He needs to consistently perform like this. If he wants to be a future captain for India, he needs to immediately perform like that. Like in the IPL, he needs to perform like that. I know he's having these injuries, but he needs to be very cautious. Either communicate with the captain, tell you can only bowl 2 to 3 overs, and try to maximize on how he's bowling. Because the way that he's been bowling, I don't think anyone can question the lengths that he's bowling. He's getting those slower deliveries. He's bowling at 140 kilometers power. So he's been doing an outstanding job. And the batting, I think you don't have to question about Hardik Pandya this season. He had a different role, but I think he did that absolutely perfectly this season. So I was very happy with Hardik Pandya the way that he had the IPL this season. I think full kudos for me. Now I think we spoke about until 6. I think, but this question comes: can we bring in a DK in this playing 11, Dinesh Karthik? And if we are bringing a DK, does he have to just be a batsman, or does he have to be a wicket keeping batsman? Does he have that role of a wicket keeping batsman, or he has a role of batting? Okay, we got Ayan. How are you, Ayan? After
Hello,
long
Pavan
time.
bro.
How are you?
Yes,
After long time, Ayan. How are you feeling?
yes, I was little busy because my college is going on, so I was little busy. Now I am free today at that
Yeah,
time,
we
so I
just
am
got
coming
news
live.
that KL Rahul has just been ruled out, I think, due to injury, and Rishabh Pant is going to captain the Indian team.
Yes, yes, I recently heard this news.
Yeah, but we were talking about Umran Malik. How impressed were you of Umran Malik this IPL, and now he's getting his maiden call up this year? This series. Do you think he can impress all the Indians in this series this time?
Yes, 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 definitely yes. Because the way he bowled this year in IPL, it was quite amazing to see him. The way he bowled 150, 150 plus consistently in every over. The way he bowled, I think he will be key for India in this series.
Hmm. But do you think that he can improve on his slower deliveries? That's the weakness I would see with Umran. He doesn't have a slower delivery, or
Yes,
maybe a
yes.
120, 130. That's the issue with Umran Malik.
Yes, yes, I think he don't have the two good slower ones, but I will say definitely say, but his Yorkers are very good, and he can bowl so many Yorkers in 1 over. I know that the Yorkers are the most difficult balls to play for any batsman.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, very true. And good to see. I mean, one Jammu and Kashmir product being in it. But I mean, Umran Malik definitely deserves it. Was the IPL emerging of player also this year. He's been very impressive. Still 22. I think definitely has a long journey to go, I would feel. Definitely for me, he's in the playing 11. I would definitely bring him in the playing 11 of this 2020 series. I'm not sure whether he'll play all, 20 matches, but I think he deserves to be in that playing 11. What do you think? Do you
Yes, yes,
think he'll get the call up? Do you think he'll get the call up, or do you think Arshdeep Singh might get into that playing 11?
for me, the three pacers should be Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I think Bhuvneshwar Kumar will one of them, and second will be I will choose of Harsha Patel or Arshdeep Singh. I will go in between these two. Only one will play and one Umran Malik. I think Umran Malik and Bhuvneshwar Kumar will be key, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar will two for me, and one bowler will be from Arshdeep Singh and Harsha Patel.
Hmm. Yeah. And
Because
since
according to
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
I am
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that Arshdeep also impressed me the way he bowled in, especially in the death overs. He had not taken too many wickets in the last overs, but the way he bowled, he did not allow even in the set batsman to hit a shot on his ball.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree with you. I mean, he's been the best. I mean, one of the best death bowlers, and that's why he's in the Indian squad as well. In my opinion, I think Arshdeep also deserves to play, but I don't think for the first 2020 he may get a chance. In my opinion, that's the thing. But yeah, talking about Dinesh Karthik, do you think that he can fit into this playing 11? I know now Rishabh Pant is captain of this team, but do you think that he may be able? I mean, as a RCB fan, do you think he may be able to slot into this playing 11 somehow? And your thoughts
He
on
should be.
this playing 11 also?
Dinesh Karthik is straight player for Indian team in this year. I think India should back him till this World Cup, and he should play all these matches, 5 T20s, including 2 T20s in Ireland, which will India will go in the last part of this month. And I think India should proper give him 5 T20s to Dinesh Karthik, because when we see that he was last time he was doing commentary in the India versus England Test series, which
Hmm.
was played in 2021. But the way he
Yes.
worked hard in his, we know that his capabilities. He had proved in 2018 the Dahas Trophy against the Bangladesh, the way he finishes the games. So he is one of the greatest batsmen, I think, currently in his hard hitting. I think no match with his hard hitting till now. I am also saying that Rishabh Pant is a world class player. We know him. The way he played against Australia in Australia, in England, in Test cricket, no one can beat him. But when we see his T20 white ball record, it is quite not up to the level he is the player. I think he need to improve in T20s. But now he is the captain of Team India, so he will play. And I will definitely go with Dinesh Karthik too in this series.
Hmm. Interesting. But don't you think that they are missing an all rounder? If in case now, if Rishabh, I mean Dinesh Karthik takes that place, do you think that an all rounder, maybe like Akshay Patel or someone like that, will miss out? That will be the issue. The team, the balance of this team, the playing 11, could it be a bit of issue if DK slots in into that playing 11 as a finisher role?
Pavan, look, I want to say that if we look at the Indian squad, we have Hardik Pandya, who is ready now, because the way he has done the captaincy in IPL, the way he has bowled in the final of the IPL, the way he bats, he looks quite mature now till before he was. And the next thing I want to say that Venkatesh Iyer should also be in the India's team. He is also a good all rounder, but I think he can miss out because he is a proper opener now, and as India have too many openers in this squad. Again, if KL Rahul is not there, then we have Ishan Kishan and Rituraj Gaikwad too. So I want Venkatesh Iyer, but he can play in the open slot very well, I think. What do you think, Paman, according to you?
Yeah, that's it. I also was talking about Venkatesh Iyer also being as the opening option, but I just feel now since Rahul is out, I think they'll go with the Gaikwad and Ishan Kishan option, because anyways Ishan Kishan has been. I mean, I know he's not been that consistent for in the IPL, but I mean he's been scoring. I mean, 80s for one match, and then I think he scored a 90 as well.
Yes, yes.
So for me, I still will stick with Gaikwad and Ishan Kishan because they are the future of Team India. I would say when they're talking about the openers, these two are the ones that we'll be talking about for the years to come. I know Venkatesh Iyer is also there, but I just feel Venkatesh Iyer is a middle order batsman for me. Rather than open, I think he struggled for KKR this season, and he didn't do well in the Indian conditions. So I just feel like they'll go for Gaikwad and Ishan Kishan to open rather than Gaikwad and Venkatesh Iyer. I think Ishan Kishan is a better opener than Venkatesh Iyer.
Yes, but the way Venkatesh played last year, second half of IPL, I think he is a matured batsman as an opener. I would think so, because the way he utilizes power play, and as we know that
Yeah, but
he
Iron, you have to understand it was in Dubai, it was not in India when he played the second leg. We need to know about the conditions also. It's completely different.
yes, 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 I too
And
agree.
he struggled when he came to Indian conditions. I think only he scored one or two fifties this time compared to Ishan Kishan. He's been performing well even in India. So for me, I think, and Ishan Kishan was also opening for India. He got chances also for the last 2020 World Cup. So
Yes,
talking
yes,
about 2020 World Cup, I would definitely stick with. I mean, I don't think Ishan Kishan will be in this. Maybe he'll be in the middle order, but I don't think he'll be contending for the opening. So it's obviously Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. But when you come to the future of India, I just feel it's Gaikwad and Ishan Kishan for me.
yes. Now, Pawan, I think you will be happy as Rishabh Pant is now captaining Team India.
What?
I am thinking that you will be now most happier person from Sri Lanka to see that Rishabh Pant is now captaining Team India.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to take the chance. I mean, Rishabh Pant, for me, his captaincy hasn't been so great when it comes to Delhi Capitals. But I mean, he has to learn. I mean, he's still 24. It was his first full season. Mistakes do happen. Even Rohit Sharma said that he's a potential captain. So I mean, mistakes could happen just from one match. People are criticizing Rishabh Pant for his decisions. I know it costed Delhi Capitals the playoffs. Yeah, it could happen, but I think he'll learn eventually, and perhaps next season he'll do much better. But I think being Indian captain right now, that will help Rishabh Pant for few further years to come, and that will also show whether he can handle the batting aspect of him as well as his captaincy, whether he can improve both at the same time. So I think that will be tested now since he's captain of this team.
Yes, yes, I am also biggest fan of Rishabh Pant. When he played the great knocks at the Gaba, I became his huge fan. The way he played against the mighty Australian bowling lineup, I'm also biggest fan of Rishabh Pant, his
Hmm.
captaincy. But
I
in
agree.
the playoffs against RCB, he did little. I think yes, RCB was there. In which no, it was
Uh,
Mumbai Indians. That sneak
Mumbai Indians.
of Team David. He was little bit confused in that. But the way he is also good captain. He is future of Indian team.
Hmm. Oh, sorry.
I do
So
back him, Rishabh
Rahul
Pant.
and Kuldeep Yadav, even Kuldeep Yadav is out of the 2020 series. So I mean, they have Ravi Bishnoi and who else? I think Ravi Bishnoi and Yuzvendra Chahal, but even Kuldeep Yadav is out. So that's another big blow for Team India right now. A lot of people are asking why to go to Hardik Pandya. I know Hardik Pandya is the captain's option, but the issue is that he hasn't settled into that Team India team yet. I mean, he has not been playing games for India, even though he's been doing very well for IPL. He hasn't secured his place in that 2020 team yet. Right now, he was demoted. His contract was demoted. Only from the IPL only he's been performing well, and people are expecting from the first match itself to give Hardik Pandya the captaincy. I disagree with that because I think right now a player like KL Rahul has been in that team for like 2 or 3 years. I think they deserve it. Even Shreyas Iyer, I would say they deserve it more than Hardik Pandya for me because Hardik Pandya was out of form for some time before he did well in this IPL.
But I think he should be the contender in for captaincy because it is not easy to captain a new team in IPL and win in the maiden IPL title in the first time. So I
Yeah,
think
I
Hardik
understand.
Pandya.
I understand, but not right now. I would say in 1 or 2 years, yes. If you can continue that performance with Gujarat Titans for next year also, and if they win it, yeah, then I definitely think Hardik Pandya can be captain. But he needs to perform like that. I mean, captaincy first season, yes, very impressive, but he needs to continue that.
Bro, but I completely disagree in with you in this statement because I think Hardik Pandya, when Hardik Pandya comes in, no one can match his hitting ability, his fielding, his bowling, and now the way he has now shown his character in this IPL too. The way he manages the pressure in the crucial situation, I think Hardik Pandya is the future of the Indian team captain. As the sources also quoted a few days ago that he might be the captain of Team India in against the two T20s which India will play against Ireland. It is according to the sources. I am not confirming it, but I think he will be the captain in two T20s because all the main team will be in England.
Hmm. Hmm. What do you think about Shreyas Iyer's place at number 4? Do you think he could secure this long term? Do you think maybe he can? I mean, he was not even in the playing 11 for the 2020 World Cup or in the squad, but is this the best chance for him to grab the opportunity and do well after his impressive series against Sri Lanka and against West Indies too? Do you think this is the perfect time for him to perform once again? Your thoughts on
Yes, yes.
Shreyas Iyer? Yeah.
Yes, Pawan, bro. I think Shreyas Iyer will be getting the full 5 T20s according to me, and he has shown his form in the first few matches of the IPL. But after that, he has some dip in his form. But I think he should be the straight choice for Team India in this 5 match T20 series because he had proper timing, proper class. He played all proper cricketing shots.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree. Yeah, I don't know why Shikhar Dhawan wasn't in this squad first of all. That was a bit of a surprise that they only had
Yes,
went
yes,
with
I
three
too, I too.
openers. I think maybe Shikhar Dhawan will come back into the squad since KL Rahul is out. I really don't know what will happen. But yeah, I think we spoke a lot. We'll come back to India. Let's just go to South Africa for a second, Ayan, if that's possible.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and coming to South Africa right now, I think first time I think Tristan Stubbs got that got the opportunity to play. I mean in this squad for the first time, Tristan Stubbs, no Devar Brevis. But how good was QDK this season? Ayan, I mean QDK fearlessly, I think he scored 500 runs this time. He's in very good form right now, so I think he could be the danger player also for South Africa. I think him and Markram could be the danger players according to me.
Yes, starting, I will start from the start that when we look at the openers, I think it will be Quinton de Kock and Riza Hendricks, according to me. Is it?
Yes, yes.
And the way he played the match against KKR Quinton de Kock when he hit 70 balls 140, I think South Africa is in full form coming into the series. All the batsmen has shown what they are capable of in this in this edition of IPL. So I think South Africa will be dangerous side. The way David Miller finishes the game for Gujarat, the way all the even Rabada had a good season in this IPL. So I think South Africa will challenge Team India because this is all the players of Team India are in good form, but I think they lack some experiences in this side. Like Indian players are new to this, most of their players are not experienced too
Experience.
much. And South African team is full experienced, and all the players are gel in the side. But I think it will be great series.
Hmm. And what do you think about Marco Jansen? He was very good for SRH this season. I think he may have leaked, I think, in one or two matches, but I was quite impressed with him in the beginning. Do you think Marco Jansen could get a chance, maybe like in two or three matches?
Yes, yes, saw him when he played a test series against India, where he bowled very good balls, which India played against South Africa. And I think it was this year or last year's India versus South Africa test series. I am talking.
You know,
The way
Pawan.
he bowled.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you, Krishna Nair. Yeah, I think Ayan was talking point. Yeah, I'm agree. Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
think that Marco Jansen will be a great bowler for South Africa in this series. The way he is left arm pacer and the way he bowled Virat Kohli in this series in the IPL in the first slip, I think Virat Kohli caught out in the first ball against SRH. So I think he had having form of his life, and Marco Jansen will definitely be in South Africa 11.
Hmm. Yeah, coming to Krishna and I right now, I think we spoke on about India a lot with Ayan, but coming to South Africa, who do you think will be the key player, the X factor this time, according to you? I mean, especially Van der Goosen, I don't know where he'll bat this time. In my opinion, I think he'll bat at five. But who do you think will be the X player, the X factor for South Africa this time?
I feel Quinton de Kock will be the X factor because he's recently performed fantastically in the IPL. He has scored more than 400 plus runs in this IPL and is in very terrific form. Against Kolkata also he performed well. He was playing attacking shots. So I feel Quinton de Kock will be the X factor and he should be the leading run scorer. He should start well from South Africa's point of view.
Hmm. And I am coming back to you. How impressed are you with Timba Baboom? I think he's a very underrated captain right now, but and it's his birthday also today. But yeah, your thoughts on Temba Babuma's captaincy? I mean, even in the 2020 World Cup, I think he did a very decent job, in my opinion, bringing the I mean, nearly they did the semi-finals, but they won four matches in the group stage. But how impressed are you with Temba Babuma's captaincy so far?
Yes, yes, I'm completely agree with you. The way he did the captaincy in the ICC T20 World Cup last year in Dubai and Sharjah, which was played in UAE. After that, the way South Africa win the series against India ODI series, he did exceptionally
Hmm.
well. His captaincy was up to mark, and I think no one was talking about the way he has shown his abilities in his captaincy. He is I think busy batsman and a good captain too. And I'm really impressed with the captaincy of Timba Bahuma.
Hmm. I agree. Krishna Nair, your thoughts on Temba Babuma? His
Yeah,
captaincy is
Temba
very
Bowman, many people have told he's a very underrated captain. His captaincy skills was okay in the T20 World Cup, and against India also he did clean sweep. But if you see against Bangladesh, his captaincy was not up to the mark. In the last ODI, I feel he called the wrong call and he selected to bat first, and that made South Africa struggle very badly. He should have selected to bat first, and probably South Africa would have won the series. But Temba Bama failed to call that call as bowling first. Even Sanju Samson failed in this IPL. He also called wrong. He chose to bat first in this final against Gujarat Titans. So I feel Temba Bama is a okay captain. I feel Quinton de Kock should have been the captain of the South African team. And South African management is also not a that also worst management because they recently removed Quinton de Kock as the captaincy,
Hmm.
and
Yes.
and they shifted to Dean Ilgar as the test captain. So I feel Quinton de Kock should have been the white ball series captain.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree with you. Yeah. But coming back to Iron, now Deval Brevis had a brilliant season with Mumbai Indians. I think he played well for 2 or 3 matches, and he's not in the squad. Instead, they bring in Tristan Stubbs. I think he played 2 matches. He impressed me quite much. I don't know why Tristan Stubbs is in this squad right now. Are you surprised right now that Tristan Stubbs has got into the squad ahead of Deval Brevis?
According to me, that if Bravis was, I think it is too early for him to be in the South Africa's team because he is recently played under 19 World Cup. So I think it is too early for him to be in this side. But when we talk about the what is the other player name which were we talking?
Tristan Stubbs.
Stubbs, but I don't
Tristan
know him
Stubbs.
about. I don't know about his means. I don't know him too much, so I can't talk
Yeah.
about him.
Okay. Krishna, your thoughts on Tristan Stubbs being in this
Yeah,
team?
Aryan, as Aryan told that the Deval Bravis is too young to come in the squad, but he should have given chance to youngsters like Deval Bravis because he's a very young talent. He was the attacking player for Mumbai Indians, and if you see when Mumbai Indians was in crucial pressure situations, Deval Bravis would have stepped up and he would have hit some few shots and lesser the pressure for Mumbai Indians. So I feel in this situation, Deval Bravis should be in South African playing except because they are not. I don't feel they will give chance to Razi Fernandusen because for Rajasthan Royals also he was in bench. They were not playing him in the playing 11. Only for 2-3 matches he was in the playing 11. So I feel Deval Bravis would have been a good talent in this series. As we
Yeah.
can see in Indian team is giving a new chance to newcomers, new talents to playing the 11. So I feel the South Africa management should have given Deval Brevis a chance in this T20 series. So he
Yeah.
should have proven himself, and so he can be a future player for South Africa in white ball series as well.
Hmm. Hmm. And where do you think Rasivendra Dusan is going to play? If he's in this playing 11 right now, do you think Rasivendra Dusan should play? I mean, in right now he was batting at number 6 in Rajasthan Royals, but he failed. But do you think the number 5 position perhaps is suited for him, or do you think David Miller should bat at the number 5 position like he did in at Gujarat Titans?
I think that I think David Miller should he will be definitely play the T20 series, but Wonder Dusan I will think he will play at number 6 according to me because in the earlier days he was playing it was they were calling it the next IBD village, so he might have some capabilities like the way he I remember that he scored some 50 runs. I think they needed South Africa against Pakistan in the recent T20 World Cup warm-up matches, and he finished the match. I think it was 2021 ICC T20 World Cup warm-up match, according to me, where South Africa needed 50, and I think Wonder Dusan had hit in the century, according to me. I am not completely remembering, but I listened from someone that he scored 50 runs in last 3 overs. So I think that Wonder Dusan is a great batsman. He is in form of his life, but he did not deliver that much in Rajasthan Royals. But he will definitely be in South Africa's 11.
Hmm. Yeah. So I think we spoke a lot about South Africa. I mean, we speak about the spinners. I mean, Keshav Maharaj, Shabbir Shamsi. Coming to Krishna
Pawan,
Nair
can you
before.
Pawan, can you show me the Indian captain? Who is the Indian captain?
It is Rishabh Pant with the
Yeah,
sources
it,
that have said. Right now, they haven't corrected. I mean, vice captain Rishabh Pant, they have told Kuldeep and Rahul have been withdrawn right now. That's what is
yeah.
the updates. Yeah. I think Rishabh Pant is the captain according to a lot of sources right now. And just updates on Australia versus Sri Lanka. Australia again won the toss and chose to field first in that update. And West Indies versus Pakistan. West Indies 166 for the loss of 2 wickets after 32 overs. So just updates on the two matches that are going ahead. But yeah, coming back to South Africa 2020 squad, I just want to talk about the spinners and how effective will these two spinners be at these pitches, especially in Delhi. I think the five, just go through the fixtures of these five 2020s. So, first 2020 tomorrow in Delhi, we have Katak in the second 2020, Vishakhapatnam for the third, Rajkot and Bengaluru. So, how do you think the spinners of Tapadesh Shamsi and Keshav Maharaj will be compared to the Indian spinners of Ravi Bishnoi and Yuzvendra Chahal and Akshar Patel for you, Krishna? Yeah, yeah, Krishna.
Yes, yes. No, I'm saying that Tarabasal Samsi is a number one T20 bowler for South Africa, so he will be very impactful and he's a great bowler. I feel for South Africa in the T20 series. Means he's a if you see in spinning wicket takers, Tarabazi Samsi they will prefer first over Keshav Maharaj, and Tarabazi Samsi is a very means he's a very underrated sort of a bowler. Means he's not he only plays white ball series, and Keshav Maharaj he plays all the formats, and Keshav Maharaj can provide as bat at depth also if you see. So I
Yeah.
feel that I feel Tarabazi Samsi should be the first preference in the playing 11s for South Africa. He will be the
Just updates.
frontline wicket taker.
Yeah. Just updates from ESPN Cricket Info. Indian captain KL Rahul and spinner Kuldeep Yadav will miss the home 2020 series against South Africa due to injuries. Rishabh Pant will lead with Hardik as his deputy. Krishna, do you agree with this? I mean, do you agree with what the BCCI has done, making Rishabh Pant captain and Hardik Pandya as vice captain?
Means they have changed in the last moment, so the management, I don't know what's the problem going on. Means you're changed one day before had the first T20, so I don't know what to say about this because KL Rahul was the means he was the frontline batter for Lucknow Super Giants, and he and Deepak Hooda were in good combination. If Deepak Hooda would have played one down, so KL Rahul also knows Deepak Hooda very well. So I feel KL Rahul will be the bleak blow in this series, and he starts off very slowly in middle of starting overs, and he picks up very fastly. So I feel this KL Rahul will be the big blow in this series. So I feel who will be opening with Ruturaj Gaikwad then.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then Shreyas Iyer would be a good choice in the playing 11 because all people were departing Shreyas Iyer in the playing except because of his recent IPL performance. So I feel Shreyas Iyer should get a chance, and Ishan Kishan and Gaikwad should open.
Hmm.
And Rishabh
So,
Pant as the
yeah.
captaincy, yeah, as a Rishabh Pant as a captaincy point of view, it was not a great season in the IPL. He did a very wrong he did very wrong in his fielding setups. He did a wrong choice also.
Hmm.
In,
Yeah.
and he fought with the Empire also recently in the Empire, so he should little be cool down, and he should take a good steps decisions with him so that he can lead Indian team future ahead as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So my playing 11 for India.
What? Pavan?
Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry. I just my internet connection. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is by the way, this is Ishan Khan, Ruturaj Gaikwad. For me, number three, Shaz Iyer, Rishabh Pant, obviously number five, no captain, and wicket keeper. Hardik six, bring in Akshay Patel at seven. Bhuvi Chahal, Umrani, Harshal Patel. And do you make any change to the playing 11?
Yes, I will surely go with. I will surely go with Dinesh Karthik ahead of Akshar Patel because Dinesh Karthik is finisher like Hardik Pandya. So I think India should go with five proper bowlers and Dinesh Karthik, Hardik Pandya is his proper finishers for Team India in batting lineup.
Don't you think just one
Otherwise,
spinner will
team
be
is
enough?
good.
Do you think one spinner with Yusufel Chahal will be enough, or do you think a bowler like Harshal Patel have to drop out and Ravi Vishnu will have to play?
Uh, I did not understand properly.
Yeah, yeah, for 2020. Yeah, for tomorrow. Yes, for tomorrow.
Internet is a little bit.
And I was thinking about tomorrow. Yeah,
मतलब
yeah. I was talking about tomorrow. I was talking about tomorrow. Ayan. About how for Krishna Nayak, can hear me?
yes, I can hear you, Pavan.
Yeah, I was talking about now. What are the changes you'll do this playing 11? Will you keep this the same, or do you have any changes?
I feel Akshar Patel should not be in the playing 11 because I don't think so. But Dinesh Karthik is also in red hot form for the RCB team. If batting lineups collapses, so Dinesh Karthik can come in the middle 11 and he can stabilize the Indian team batting lineup. If you see when RCB were struggling, Faf du Plessis and Kohli and Rajat Patidar was a fantastic player in the middle order. So Rajat Patidar and Karthik were the finishers, and they and against LSG in that game, Dinesh Karthik and Rajat Patidar finished the game off in style. So I feel Dinesh Karthik is in red hot form uh, in now. So I feel that they should give Dinesh Karthik a chance from starting of the series.
So who
And
do you
if
want to bring? Who do you want to bring?
it is very confused because of so if you leave Akshar Patel, so only one spinner will be left in the Indian
Uh,
team. So it is a very harsh call to remove Akshar Patel as India needs two
mm,
spinners in this
yeah,
T20 series.
yeah. So this is my South Africa playing 11 2020 cup. Happen. Temba Boom at number three. Markram. They did have a Mahendra Doosan in my opinion, but I'm not sure. I think you guys didn't go for a Mahendra Doosan. I maybe make Miller to come at five and maybe Mahendra Doosan at six. So maybe bring in I see even who is at number six in my opinion. I think there is even I think there's who's the wicket keeper?
I feel Maharaj,
Clarkson.
yeah, I feel
Clarkson.
Maharaj should bat over Nokia and Samsi because Maharaj can give extra 25 runs also with the bat. If you see against series against India in the Test series, he was handy with the bat also. Means he was hitting some cracking shots and he was let the pressure come down of the run. So I feel Maharaj should be handy with the bat also. The South African batting lineup collapses in middle.
Yes, sport bit. We know that KL Rahul and Kuldeep Yadav out of the series. We know that Rishabh Pant is going to lead India, and even Hardik's going to be vice captain. We know all that news right now. That's what we told here. But yeah, this was my playing 11 right the way. I've changed it now since KL Rahul is out. But your thoughts now, Ritam, now coming for tomorrow. Especially, I don't know whether DK can fit in. I mean, Hardik Pandya, first of all, do you think he can bowl 4 overs? Is it a risk?
Hardik, we have seen Hardik ball 4 overs in the IPL as well. He usually finishes his over pretty early in the match. I will say before the before the death overs begin. So I think Hardik should be doing 4 overs tomorrow. And yeah, looking at his squad, I will just make one change: Shreyas Iyer out and Dinesh Karthik in. And Hardik Pandya. Wait a sec. Yeah. Yeah. Rishabh Pant at 4. Then I will say Hardik Pandya 5, Dinesh Karthik 6. This will be my change. Otherwise, all it
But we
all
don't.
it okay.
But we don't know the two replacements. We don't know the two replacements now for KL Rahul and Kuldeep Yadav.
I don't think any more replacement will come right now because it's a long squad already.
But is it a big blow for not having both KL Rahul and Kuldeep Yadav, both of them?
That's true. The opening department and the spin department will struggle. Yuzvendra Chahal, Akshar Patel are not looking so much strong.
Pavan,
And
now Pavan, if KL was the captain and if suppose he would have lost the series, then people would have gave him such rubbish comments on him and trolled him more upon him. That's also
are,
true.
see. Even I'm also not happy about Rishabh Pant being the captain because we know how his performance has been recent times.
But
That is,
usually, Ethan, the
yeah,
vice captain becomes the captain, right? Even in a squad,
but
usually the
yeah,
vice captain becomes the captain. That's what happens usually.
I
maybe
want to
one time,
Shreyas Iyer as the captain of the Indian team in this series.
uh, Shreyas Iyer, man, if you get the captaincy, he will have the batting problems. We have seen in Kolkata
Yeah,
Knight Riders.
yeah,
He is
he'll
not being
collapse with his.
consistent.
He won't be consistent with his batting. Then he'll be performing 2 innings
But
properly.
he
Then
performed well for Delhi. But he performed well for Delhi Capitals as well
That
when
is
he
just
was the
was okay,
captain.
but
bro.
we saw no what he did with KKR this season. We saw what he did with KKR. No, they finished
You-
seventh. No,
Yeah,
with
but
Delhi.
Yeah,
I have read that Shreyas Iyer had the fought with KKR management very badly. So
I think those are lies. I think those are rumors. I think he's just spreading rumors over there that the KKR
that's the
management is
Benki
getting
Mysore
involved
one.
in the
That's the
selection.
Benki Mysore one. He said about Benki Mysore that he used to set up playing 11 of the Kolkata Knight Riders team.
yeah,
That's
yes,
thing.
yes, yes.
That's not a
And
fight.
That's not an
He was saying a
excuse.
fight. Yeah.
Hmm.
Nah.
But
Hardik
I just feel
yeah.
the South African team is a bit better compared to India because they have more experience. I mean, especially the fast bowling lineup, I would feel is very strong. I definitely would back Pretorius to play tomorrow. I feel Pretorius, he has some work to be done, but I think Pretorius, one match he may have gone expensive, but still I'm very impressed with what Pretorius has been doing for South Africa so far. He played in the 2020 World Cup. So I still back with Pretorius, Rabada, and Noikia. That is my three for sure. And the two spinners for sure, it's obvious that it's Shamsi and Maharaj. It's just this batting whether Bantadusan will play and maybe a Klaasen will play. I think that is the doubt that we all have. Maybe I think a Klaasen will play ahead of Bantadusan tomorrow because I feel like Miller should bat at number 5 for me. With how he's playing at Gujarat, I think he should stick with number 5, not number 6. Rita, any thoughts on that?
Well, to be honest, South Africa teams look pretty strong as you have said. Right now, yeah, as you were saying about Pretorius. But I feel Pretorius will be used as a all-rounder for me, as I'm saying. And yeah, finishing David Miller, that's extremely well as we have seen Gujarat Titans, his performance in Gujarat Titans, and Rasiban Dandusen. He's the one who's lacking form right now out of all these players. So he needs to be taken care of right now. Bowling,
Hmm.
bowling it looks thousand times better than the Indian team. Indian team, Harshal Patel, I guess. Harshal is there. Then whom have you shown in the playing 11? Once again, please show that.
Hmm. I agree.
Show
I
the,
agree.
it's
show the playing 11 for the India once again that you have predicted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This Ishan Kishan, Ruturaj Gaikwad. Buda at 3, Shreyas Iyer at 4, Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya. I don't know whether I don't think Rishabh Pant will bat below Hardik. Hardik at 6, Aksha Patel, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Yuzvendra Chahal, Umran Malik, Harshal Patel.
Bowling looks very inexperienced, I will say. Bowling is very inexperienced. I think Aksha Patel is not going to make into the team. I think Ravi Vishnu is going to come. That's because I feel Ravi Vishnu has some better performance than Aksha Patel this season in the spin
Do
department.
you think
But still,
Arshdeep Singh can play above Bumran Malik? Do you think Arshdeep Singh can come above Bumran Malik for you or Harshal
No,
Patel?
no, Pavan.
yeah,
I will select Arshdeep Singh over Umran Malik because Umran Malik is a very inconsistent bowler. Means for Sunrisers Hyderabad also he will perform for 1 or 2 matches, and in other matches he will get smashed very badly, and he will leak runs over 50 runs. So I don't make a call bringing Umran Malik in this series. I will rather prefer Arshdeep Singh because in death overs Arshdeep Singh can be crucial, and he can pick up 1 or 2 crucial wickets as well. If you see, so Arshdeep can be he's a very good economical bowler. If you see for PBKs as well, he was a very good economical bowler, and he's very underrated bowler as well. So he will be a good choice for in this series.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll talk about tomorrow's match right now. First of all, we'll come to the predictions. Who do you think is going to get the most runs tomorrow? First with Rhythm and then Krishna Nair.
first T20 only.
I mean, entire series. First of all, who do you think?
Okay. Entire series for me, I think obviously I will go with my Hyderabadi boy Aiden Makram. And highest wicket taker, I will go with. This is a difficult one, but I will go with Nokia.
You, Krishna Nair?
Yeah, for highest run scorer, I want Quinton de Kock to finish as a highest run scorer because he had a fantastic IPL season. Means in 1 or 2 3 matches he was dull, but when he came back very strongly. In the especially in the KKR against the KKR match, he smashed 140 runs. That was incredibly performance by Quinton de Kock. So I want him as the highest run scorer, and then the wicket leading taker. I feel Adrich Nokia should step up really badly because in Delhi Capitals when he was there, he didn't. He was okay as a bowler. Means he didn't pick much wickets for this Delhi Capitals. So I want Adrich Nokia to step up. So in the Test squad also he can be suitable for the upcoming series.
Yeah, for me, I think highest run scorer. I think is going to be Aiden Markram. As Rhythm said, Aiden Markram had brilliant season with SRH, and I just feel Markram will do a decent job this time. Highest wicket taker. I think I'm going with the Yuzvendra Chahal. I think Chahal has impressed me very well for RR this season, and I think on these pitches, I think he'll do a decent job. So for me, I think I'm going with Yuzvendra Chahal. Series predictions wise, I think I'm going to South Africa, and I think India are going to lose tomorrow. Unfortunately, this could be a defeat
So what do you
for
think? Who will win the series? Pavan, final decision.
huh?
Who will win the series? This series.
South Africa. South Africa. Sorry for that, but I think South Africa has a better team and they're more experienced compared to India for me.
Yeah,
And KL Rahul is
as the
not.
late decision on the and the late decision of the captaincy changed and KL Rahul and Kuldeep Yadav ruled out. So I feel that in the Indian camp they might be disappointed as KL Rahul moved up because mostly people thought that KL Rahul will be only the captain after the main players are rested. So I feel that late decision change may impact the players as well.
What was the question I asked? Do you think the streak, sorry, can they win their 13th match in a row? Do you think tomorrow, or do you think that streak will end the 2020 match win?
Means 30 means streak, right? I also have a less chance. I will give South Africa as a upper hand because they have experienced players. They are full packed. They have bought a very good squad as well as compared to India, and and India don't have experienced players as well in the bowling department. Ovi Bhuneshwar is the very experienced bowler in the Indian bowling lineup with Yuzvendra Chahal. So I feel that South Africa should be given upper hand to win tomorrow's match.
I agree. So I think we'll end it over there, Krishna, and I think we spoke one hour about this India versus South Africa series. And good luck to Rishabh Pant and to Tia, first of all. And I think we need to go with positive mind. I hope Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya is a great vice captain who's just won the IPL with Gujarat Titans. Let's see how India do. But we have to know that this is a completely South African team coming to India, especially UDK good form, and especially the blows of Rahul and Kuldeep Yadav just now from the BCCI that they've been injured and they're out of the series. Good news for us because we did this preview at the correct time, the right time that we did this preview. So thank you so much, Krishna Nair.
Thank you, Pavan, for
Yeah, Krishna Nair, Ayan, and Rikam for joining because I think we did this preview at the right time. I would say 6 o'clock, and we got this news that KL Rahul and
yeah.
Kuldeep Yadav out being injured. So that's a big blow. But yeah, tomorrow I'm looking forward for this game for 2020 Delhi teams. Unfortunately, I think this could be the end of the streak for India, especially missing KL Rahul as that opening batsman. I just feel opening order is a bit inexperienced now, and it's a big miss, especially not even having Rohit Sharma in the team. So hopefully, this young team, this Indian team, can go forward. But I just think that they'll win 2 matches in this series. I still think it's a 3-2 to South Africa. Unfortunately, because just seeing matchups of both these teams, I just think that South Africa is a bit better compared to India.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Please do like, comment, and this
Thank
video.
you,
We are
Pavan.
having today on the quiz. Hopefully, we can start on time by 10:15, 10:20, and I'll upload the videos tomorrow. So thank you guys. We spoke a lot on this, and yeah, please do check out. And I think Sri Lanka right now in trouble at the moment. Wait, I think we are in already in trouble. I think 7 for 2 after 3 overs. Wow. Thank God I went yesterday to watch the match. Okay. Anyways, thank God I went to watch the match yesterday. I'm glad about that. But anyways, please like, comment, and share on this video, and do check the out us out for tomorrow's video. Thank you so much.